One of the most confusing things about a narcissist is they don't treat you badly all of the time. Sometimes they can treat you very well, which is what's all the more confusing when they do treat you wrong, and often why we end up questioning ourselves and trying to work out what we did for their sudden shift in character. When what we don't realise is their sudden shift in character is because that's who they are. That is their character. There's nothing we did or didn't do to cause it, especially when you're racking your brain, ruminating, trying to think about what you might have said and what you might have done. If you've done something to hurt somebody, you know you've done something to hurt somebody. How you respond after that depends on your character as a person. With a narcissist, whether they know they've hurt somebody or not, they lack the empathy to care. So if they know, they're going to gaslight to change people's reality so that the narcissist can get away with their behaviour. If they don't know, they don't believe they're at fault, so they're going to gaslight to change people's reality to get away with their behaviour. Whether or not they know, they lack the empathy to care. Therefore, they offer these intermittent reinforcements to keep people trapped within the relationship. Not only do they offer these intermittent reinforcements to keep people trapped, they offer these intermittent reinforcements to get their needs met, to get the attention they believe they're entitled to, or to cover their tracks. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome narcissistic abuse. This video is about the narcissist intermittent reinforcement. So a narcissist will often follow a cycle of love bombing, devaluation, intermittent reinforcement, replacement, discard, smear campaign, hoover and hit repeat if they can get a supply, if they can get their needs met from you. Intermittent reinforcement is a narcissist way of rewarding you and then punishing you. So they're idolizing you and then devaluing you so that you look past their bad and look for their good, often with their gaslighting words of, after all I've done for you, or when they are bad they'll say, you know what I'm like, because they want to pass the blame over to you. Or they'll say things such as, if you hadn't, and then they'll treat you well again to confuse you, to condition you into believing that they are a genuine person and their hurtful behaviour is in some way your responsibility, when it's not your responsibility. That is who they are as a person. They cannot take responsibility, or they don't want to take responsibility for their own behaviour, and that is why they pass it on to those around them to escape any consequences for their behaviour. And with the intermittent reinforcement, we are usually left thinking they're not that bad. It doesn't happen very often. I made them do it, which is exactly what a narcissist needs to keep you trapped within that relationship so that they can carry on exploiting your forgiveness, exploiting your kind nature, exploiting your willingness to look at yourself and look at your own actions and work to improve who you are as a person, so that they don't have to improve who they are as a person. Within the dynamics of the intermittent reinforcement, many narcissists will resume the love bombing, where they will treat you better than anyone ever has, where they will shower you with flattery, they will shower you with attention, they will shower you with gifts, they will shower you with time, they will shower you with whatever worked in the beginning to get you hooked. Narcissistic parents do this. They will go all out to spoil their children to come across as the amazing parents, because they don't treat their children badly all of the time. Sometimes when it meets that narcissist need, they can treat their children very well. Love bombing is a way for the narcissist to influence you into a feeling of unitedness, a feeling that you are understood by them, a feeling that you are cared for them, a feeling that they are willing to listen to you. And it is to influence you into not seeing the negative within them, to sell you that illusion of who they can be, only it's not who they are. It's an act to meet a need of their own. They are selfish. Whatever it is they are doing is for their own gain. Idolization, where they're going to come on strong, representing the relationship or representing themselves as better than they actually are, representing the relationship as better than it actually is. They're going to come at you with the remember when we did this, remember when I did this, remember when, and they're going to be bringing up those love bombing moments to get you to focus on those, to distract you from the pain they are causing you in the present. Future faking, to create that future that you would like within your mind, to get you thinking about the possibilities of the future. And they'll usually sell you things that you would like out of life. However, they do it in a way claiming that they want those very same things too. So you feel like if you walk away, not only are you losing your own dreams, you're letting them down, believing that you need to work harder to please them to achieve those dreams together. When a narcissist future fakes, it's not because they want those things in the future, often why they'll not deliver those things in the future. It's either to get their needs met in the present, to exploit you for something in the present, or distract you from the pain they've caused you in the present, to get you to think about the good side of them, the good side of the relationship, the good side of life. We will go here and do this, and it'll be something that you would really like to do, believing they really want to do it too, to distract you from what they are truly doing to you, which is those false promises. They will make those promises of the future. They will claim they will do things for you. They will claim they will do things with you. They will claim they will come and pick you up. They will claim that they will take you to a place you've always wanted to visit, because they apparently really want to do that too. They will make promises of the future, and then because it's not what they truly wanted, because they were making that promise to get their need met in the present moment, they're not going to deliver on that promise. However, instead of admitting that it's not something they really wanted and they just wanted to get what they wanted at that present moment in time, they're going to gaslight you, they're going to confuse you, they're going to shame you, they're going to blame it all on you. So you work harder to please them. It's a double win for a narcissist, because they get more attention and they don't have to deliver. They're going to come at you with things like, I never said that, or if only you hadn't, I wouldn't. So you question your reality and not their actions. False apologies. When it comes to apologising, people need to be able to recognise their own behaviour. They need to be able to take responsibility for their own behaviour. They need to feel remorseful for their own behaviour, and not because it might have a negative impact on their life, because they've hurt another person. They need to want to repair the damage they've caused, and they need to want to never repeat the behaviour, because they're apologising. So now they can recognise it, now they're feeling remorseful, they're not going to repeat it. With a narcissist, they don't want to recognise their own bad behaviour. To them, that is your fault. You made them do it. You need to go and deal with it. However, some narcissists will offer a false apology if they believe they can escape any form of consequence for their actions, or if they can get their needs met from somebody by apologising, which is why more often than not a narcissist's apology is usually I'm sorry you, I'm sorry if, I'm sorry but, because they're going to find a way to shift it onto somebody else. Or I'm sorry, you know what I'm like. I'm sorry, if only you hadn't. I'm sorry, but I thought. They're going to find a way to not fully take responsibility for their behaviour. They're not going to recognise what they've done. Once they've got your forgiveness, they're going to repeat that behaviour. And they're going to repeat that behaviour because they got away with it. They're not going to learn from it. They're going to carry on cycling around the same pattern. When somebody tells you, you know what I'm like, or I never hurt you, listen to them and believe them, because if they're saying you know what I'm like, that means we should accept, they think we should accept their toxic behaviour. If they say I never hurt you, they don't think they've hurt you, they think it's your issue, meaning they're going to carry on hurting you. Breadcrumbing, where they're going to throw you just enough hope to keep you clinging on to the crumbs. And it is literally crumbs of a relationship, because they devalue people so badly that people no longer know who they are. And then when they offer those intermittent reinforcements, people cling on to that hope, which is what is one of the most heartbreaking things about these kinds of relationships. When a child is clinging on to hope that their parents will be there for them, and their parent comes along to be there for them for a short period of time, to disappear on them again when their parent has a better offer. And it is heartbreaking, it is painful. We have to realise that their behaviour says nothing about who we are as a person, and it says everything about who they are as a person. With breadcrumbing, with intermittent reinforcement, more often than not, when you've reached a point where you've finally had enough, where you finally see how toxic they are, when you finally decide it's time to step away from their games, they're going to come at you with that intermittent reinforcement to give you that glimmer of hope. So a narcissist can put as little effort into the relationship as possible by sending you signals of hope, by sending you signals of intrigue, by offering you those false apologies, those future fakes. So you believe that if you just hold on a little bit longer, all will be okay. However, with a narcissist, it will never be okay. It is who they are. If somebody repeatedly hurts you, if somebody repeatedly lets you down, if somebody brings out the worst in you, if you can't be yourself around somebody, and if you don't feel safe around somebody, if you feel misunderstood by somebody, that somebody is just not for you. You have the capabilities within you, you have the strength within you to be enough for you, and to say, I am not accepting that behaviour anymore. That behaviour is on you. It is no longer my responsibility. It's no longer down to me to chase you, to work harder to please you. That is who you are, and I deserve better. Think of how you treat people, genuinely treat people. And if someone is treating you in a way that you would not treat them, you need to step away from that person. If anyone else has any signs of the intermittent reinforcement that a narcissist plays, do add that into the comments for other people reading through. Thank you very much for listening. I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is in the description if you'd like to take a look at that. I do also have some online courses available which are just a step-by-step guide to give you more information and give you more ideas of how you can recover from this. Remember, you are never responsible for their mistreatment of you. You are responsible for your healing. Forgiveness is personal to the individual person. Forgiveness is not to let them get away with their behaviour and do it again. Forgiveness is for you to move on with your life, for you to recognise that you might have accepted behaviours that you shouldn't never have accepted because you didn't recognise what that behaviour was about at that time, and because you were being manipulated, coercively controlled and gaslighted into not recognising what is happening to you. And now you do recognise what is happening to you, you're going to leave that in the past and move forward to create a much happier life for you. So go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.